Hello guys, I hope yesterday's work went okay. I know graphing by hand is sometimes a chore and not fun. Again, there were only 4 homework problems, so I hope that helped at least alleviate a little bit of the maybe possible negative feelings about it. We are also graphing today, but the good news is we are going to be using Desmos, and as we move forward, we'll be using Desmos as well. So the topic, solving quadratic equations by graphing. So it might sound like it's almost exactly the same thing. Technically, it's not. So if your point is to just draw a graph, you're given an equation like y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. A, b, and c are going to be numbers. Then you make the graph. A quadratic equation in this sense is going to be set equal to 0. And in solving it, you're finding the numbers that when you plug them into the equation, they actually make it work out to equal 0. Could be one number, it could be 2 numbers, could be no numbers. So on this worksheet, every problem is going to start out y equals, so that we can make a graph, but we're going to be basically making the y equal to 0 to solve it. Now, when it comes to graphing, where on the xy axis do y values equal 0? So over to the right of the screen you see xy axis. Where on that graph do y values equal 0? So if this is a classroom, I'd call on people. I hope people would answer. The answer is the x-axis. All points along the x-axis have y values of 0. So when you're solving a quadratic equation that's set equal to 0 by graphing it, you must find the, are you ready? I'm going to fill in the answer, the x-intercepts, or x-intercept. Maybe there's only one, maybe there's 2, but whatever they are, that's what you need to find. And yes, it is okay to use Desmos on this one. We will still be drawing the graph on our paper, on your assignment, but now it's just going to be transferring the graph from the graphing calculator to your paper. Not so bad. So the equation here in number 2, as we get started, y equals x squared minus 6x plus 8. What we're technically solving is 0 equals x squared minus 6x plus 8. But I'm going to type in y equals x squared minus 6x, oops, that's a y, x plus 8. Now I want to try to transfer that onto my paper as best I can. So I touched some key points there. I get here, there. The y-intercept is another key point, but it's up too high, so it's not really going to fit on my graph. I'll just do something kind of like that and like that. So that's not a perfect graph, but it's reasonable. As long as you're drawing reasonable graphs, I'm fine with that. But the question is, where does this graph equal 0? Remember, 0 is the x-axis. So it's the x-intercepts. Well, it happens here and here. Now an x-intercept has 2 coordinates, 2, 0, and then this one is 4, 0. As far as solving the quadratic equation, you only need the x coordinates. There is no y in that equation. There is no y value, so we actually don't use the y value as our answer. All you have to write down is x equals 2 and x equals 4. Or the paper that we do probably has bracket 2, 4, bracket. They use these, or those are braces, to distinguish from parentheses here. This isn't the point 2, 4. It's 2 different answers. 2 is an answer and 4 is an answer. So let's scroll down to number 2 and check that. And, oh, all right, looks like I am going to have to write in the answer key before I post this. So right there at x equals 2 and right here at x equals 4. And we'll go ahead and just write the answers that way. So 2 and 4. Wow, that is the sloppiest thing I've probably ever written. X equals 2, x equals 4. All right, so when you go to do your homework, you will have a handwritten answer key. I should point that out. All right, let's do number 4. Clear this out. Oops, clear this out. So I type in with a y equals x squared minus 6x plus 5. When I draw it, 3, negative 4 down here, 1, 0, 5, 0, There's my graph. And then clearly my solutions are at x equals 1, x equals 5. I'm not going to do this type of answer because it's too confusing. It looks too much like a point. So there it is. And I can't scroll down. Well, I can check the graph, I guess. There it is. Same graph, basically. Mine's not curvy enough. Sue me. No, just kidding. It's okay. All right. This is going to go pretty quick, guys. I think you'll find this assignment to be fairly simple. So y equals 4x squared minus 24x plus 38. Okay, now this one's interesting. The vertex is at 3, 2, and our graph counts by 2's, and it goes upward. Now, the solution, 0 equals 4x squared minus 24x plus 38, is the x-intercepts. Where does this graph cross the x-axis? Well, it doesn't. So what does that mean? That means that this is a no solution type of problem. Remember, you can do the circle with a line through it. That represents the idea of no solution. So that can happen. You're trying to find the x-intercepts. If there's no x-intercepts, then there's no solution. All right, number 8. Y equals 2x squared. So my graph looks like this. Not perfect, but it's okay. Do your best to make a decent graph. Where are the x-intercepts? Well, this time there's only one, x equals 0. And that's okay. You can have just one x-intercept. Totally acceptable. All right, let's do number 10. These are going fast. Hope you guys, if you didn't like yesterday, hopefully this one is a little better for you. Y equals negative 2x squared plus 2x. All right. You can zoom in and out on Desmos if you want to. And it looks like kind of right here, here, here. That's what the graph looks like. Remember, we're solving 0 equals negative 2x squared plus 2x. And the x-intercepts, there are two of them, 0 and 1. X equals 0, x equals 1. All right, if you think you can handle this, go ahead and stop the video and get to work. I've got a couple more to do anyway, so I'll finish out the notes. 0 equals x squared minus 3x plus 1. So y equals negative 3x squared. Nope, typing that in wrong. Y equals x squared minus 3x plus 1. Okay, so this time we're at like decimal numbers. So our vertex is, sorry, did that wrong, right around there. And then the x-intercepts are what? Just have to estimate, right? Here and here. And so we'll just take the rounded off values and call those our answers. 0.382 and 1.5. Nope, not 1.5. I'm taking the wrong point. It's 2 point. Sorry, that was silly. 2.618. So, okay, that can happen. If it's a decimal, so be it. It's a decimal. Last one. Y equals negative 2x squared minus 10x minus 10. The vertex is at negative 2.5, 2.5. Again, decimal values, so somewhere between negative 3 and 4, somewhere between 1 and 2. So x equals negative 1.382, x equals negative 3.618. And there we go. Okay, so I am done. I'm going to go through and set up an answer key for you guys on this one. And contact me if you have any questions. Otherwise, have a great rest of the day.